Between the warring kingdoms of Yujvik and Iceland, hatred ran deep. For years, battles had been fought, borders pushed and pulled, and alliances tested. Yet, amidst the conflict, King Yujvik's greatest desire was not conquest but the Princess of Iceland. She was known for her beauty and wisdom, a rare combination that captivated him. But peace between the two kingdoms was impossible, and so was his dream of marrying her. Determined to break fate's cruel hand, Yujvik devised a plan, one that would either bring Iceland to its knees or force an alliance on his terms. Yujvik summoned a band of notorious outlaws, a group feared for their merciless raids and unrelenting greed. For years, these bandits had terrorized the lands, pillaging villages, ambushing noble caravans, and disrupting trade. They were a menace, hunted by kings and warlords alike. Yet Yujvik knew that every man, no matter how ruthless, had a price. He promised them something no kingdom ever had: land to call their own, a place of power where they would no longer be hunted, no more running, no more hiding, only respect and wealth. But in return, he demanded one thing: the young prince of Iceland. The bandits agreed. They were to strike during the annual whale hunting festival, a day when Iceland's people gathered at the shores to celebrate. The prince, still a boy, would be in the town before the royal family's evening arrival. The chaos of the festival provided the perfect cover. The bandits executed their plan with ruthless efficiency. Disguised as palace guards, they infiltrated the security ranks, eliminating those who stood in their way. When the time was right, they seized the young prince and vanished into the night. By the time the royal family arrived, it was too late. Panic spread through the kingdom. Despite frantic searches and desperate interrogations, no one knew where the prince had been taken. Feigning concern, Yujvik swore to aid them. He sent a small troop of his finest warriors, seemingly to retrieve the boy. But the bandits, cunning as they were, betrayed Yujvik instead. They ambushed his forces and slaughtered them, leaving no survivors. Enraged, Yujvik realized he had been played. He vowed to burn every bandit den to the ground, to wipe out their existence. But the bandits, knowing his wrath, were prepared. They sent him a message, a challenge. They had dressed the prince in bandit garb, raising the stakes. If Yujvik attacked them, the boy would die in the crossfire, and Iceland would know of his treachery. Realizing brute force was no longer an option, Yujvik changed his approach. The bandits made their demands clear. They wanted a grand pirate ship, filled with riches, a year's worth of food, and the fruits of the entire world. If Yujvik delivered, they would return the boy unharmed. Yujvik placed 300 red apples and a single golden apple. Along with it, he left a note. This apple is the rarest treasure in the world, but only for the worthy. Let greed not be your undoing. The bandits, greedy beyond reason, were instantly consumed by the apple's allure. To avoid favoritism, they devised a game. Blindfolded, they would toss the apple into the air, and whoever caught it would claim the prize. But greed is a fickle beast. Cheating erupted, knives flashed, and blood was spilled as men fought to claim the prize. Within minutes, what began as a game turned into a slaughter. By the time the chaos settled, only 6 bandits remained. The survivors, battered and breathing heavily, decided to end the madness. They would share the apple equally. Perhaps it held magic they could all benefit from. With great reverence, they sliced open the fruit only to find an ordinary apple beneath its gilded surface. The gold was nothing more than a thin dusting of crushed minerals. They had killed for a lie. Fury overtook them. They had been tricked, played like fools by Yujvik. Their rage turned to thoughts of vengeance. The king would pay for his deception. They would set sail immediately and burn his kingdom to the ground. The final betrayal. But as they prepared to feast before their journey, another realization dawned. The food, the lavish, exotic rations Yujvik had gifted them, had a strange aftertaste. Poison. Yujvik had coated every basket, every loaf of bread, every piece of dried meat with a slow-acting toxin. Panic set in. The bandits clutched their throats, feeling the poison take hold. They prayed to the gods, but no divine hand came to save them. One by one, they fell, their final breaths choked with regret and agony.